Well, Kelly, the Fed hiking interest rates is just another economic challenge for the Chinese in an already tough year. So the forecasts for GDP growth for this year are in the range of 4 to 5%, which is already very slow for China. And the policymakers here have been grappling with a whole host of issues, a tremendous slowdown in the property sector, which is, you well know, is a traditional growth driver for China, the continued disruption of their COVID policy, which will weigh on supply chains, manufacturing, and consumption. And now they potentially have these U.S. interest rates coming. So what's interesting, of course, is that because of all these challenges to growth, the Chinese have actually been moving in the opposite direction of the Fed. The PBOC cut key policy rates just this month, and the authorities have been indicating that they would do more to stimulate the economy. Now, this mismatch is something that the policymakers here have indicated that they are concerned about because they're worried, especially about the potential for a weaker renminbi and a capital outflow. So in light of this, we saw the stock markets here falling, dipping into bear territory briefly, and through the official papers, the government has been messaging to the investors here to try to calm nerves, really talking up the fundamentals of the Chinese economy and also calling on local funds to stiffen the backbone, they say, of the market ahead of the Lunar New Year holiday. Even President Xi Jinping has chimed in on this discussion, saying that central banks in the West should not slam on the brakes when it comes to policy. Kelly?
It's fascinating. China also, Eunice, in the spotlight as to how it, could, I don't want to say intervene, but as the crisis in Ukraine plays out, the role that it might play one way or the other here is increasingly under watch.
Yeah, absolutely. The Chinese have been relatively quiet on the whole as to what they would actually do if there were to be some sort of crisis. But we did hear from the foreign minister. The foreign ministry said that the foreign minister had a phone call with the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken. And in that phone call made an unusual move by saying that the U.S. shouldn't hype up the crisis, but also had described Russia's security concerns as reasonable and said that they should be addressed. So it's still unclear exactly how far China would back Russia if there were to be some sort of crisis or invasion. But at the same time, what also is going on in the background here is that the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, is supposed to be coming to Beijing in just about a week to attend the opening ceremony of the Beijing Winter Olympics, which is really seen as a showcase for President Xi Jinping. So really seeing the two sides closely aligning themselves even more so against the United States.
Yeah, Eunice, thank you for all your reporting. We appreciate it.